Chiefs of Canada, and none of it would be possible without the fantastic team I have around me and the broader family of paramedicine. So thank you. Absolute privilege, and appreciate it very much. Thanks.
I can't think of a better recipient. It's now time for that very special part of the program where we remember those who have passed away since we last gathered. The EMS prayer was written by the late Rick Bousted, a Toronto paramedic, friend to many of us, and recipient of the EMS Exemplary Service Medal. The prayer is printed in your programs and displayed on the screens for you to join in.
God, grant me the strength to deliver emergency medical care with skillful hand and a compassionate heart. Give me the courage and ability to render my professional skills when called upon, and lives are on the line. Help to guide these hands with love and care as I bring new life into this world. Let me ease the suffering of others from day to day. Finally, to help me accept my fate and the fate of others with a clear mind and an open heart. By the grace of God, I go. God, grant me the
special thank you, as always, to Sarah Bauman, who puts together In Memoriam for us every year. And with that, my part in this great evening is done. I'll now call on Chiefs Norm Gale and Tony DeMonte, as well as Major General Romer, for the final presentations and closing remarks.
Hello once again. I had the great privilege tonight of sitting beside Major General Romer and chatting with him this evening. I can tell you, notwithstanding my own background, which some of you know about, and my own personal interests, which some of you know about, time spent with the General is enriching. We heard tonight about his service to our nation. We heard tonight about some of the formal things that he has done and contributed over his long career. Some of the things that you may not know is that in World War II, he flew P-51 Spitfires in France and Holland, doing aerial reconnaissance of the enemy and directing the guns toward the enemy, the guns, the artillery. In his career, he served as the Chancellor of the University of Windsor, handing out thousands of degrees. We heard that he is a writer. He writes fiction, nonfiction, politically. He's written 30 books. He served us through the province, being a special assistant to Premier John Robarts. In that role, providing special advice, he also served as the chair of the Commission on Book Publishing, contributing to the protection and sustainability of the Canadian publishing system and network. By all accounts, successful outcomes. We also heard about his roles, various roles, in honorary capacities. And we also made sure we got it right tonight as well. Being an honorary colonel or an honorary chief is no trivial matter. And we know that the General does not treat it as a trivial matter. It's very important. It's important to him, and it's important to us. It is my pleasure tonight to announce that the General will be our first honorary chief of Ontario's paramedics. I need to read the scroll. I have to follow orders and I have to read. I do what I'm told. Here it is. Greetings. Whereas, with the approval of the Board of Directors of the Ontario Association of Paramedic Chiefs and its unanimous membership across Ontario, we do hereby appoint you to be Ontario's first honorary paramedic chief and authorize you to hold and enjoy the dignity of such appointments and all privileges thereunto appertaining. Given in the city of Ottawa on this 27th day of September in the year 2012 by the board's command.
Norm, I seldom get taken by surprise. I've been taken tonight. And it's a remarkable and unique honor that you've paid to me. It is something that I will treasure always, and it will be, as it has been for some time, the EMS has been a very major part of what I do, and from time to time. And so I think I'm just astonished, and I'm deeply grateful for this privilege and for the privilege of being with you on occasions like this and such other occasions that are appropriate. We are, EMS in Ontario, a major, major contributor to the society that we enjoy, one of the best societies in the world.
Final words from me for my friend Tony. Tony, it was one hell of a conference. I can take no credit, and I have to tell you, I'm walking around doing my thing, and I get so many times people walk up to me and say, great job, tap me on the shoulder, way to go, Norm, hell of a job, great speakers, great this, great that, great this. I had nothing to do with it. It's true. I just do what I'm told. Truly, Tony, and you and representative as the host community, and with your team, the Eastern Chiefs, and let you speak to that, on behalf of the association, we are truly appreciative of what you have pulled off here this week. As a small token of our thanks, a presentation for you, which is a reflection of our new armorial bearings received just the other day.
Thank you very much.
With that, I'd like to hand over the podium to Tony.
Thank you, Norm. That's very kind. Merci beaucoup. Just in closing, I want to say it has been an honor and a privilege on behalf of the Eastern Chiefs to have hosted our peers and colleagues here this evening. I had tremendous support from each and every one of the services that makes up the Eastern Chiefs. We're a very vibrant, strong, and committed group of chiefs. Even though we're type A personalities, we are actually very collegial. And we get a lot of work done, and this is just another accomplishment. I also would be remiss if I didn't talk about a tremendous group of volunteers that I had that worked from our service and other services that helped. And the danger when you do this is if you don't name everybody, you're going to forget somebody. So I won't name everybody, and that was my intent. The only problem I have is when I mentioned that to the volunteers, each and every one without exception told me there was one name I had to mention. So I'm doing it on their behalf because I agree with it, but they were all just tremendous individuals that gave us a great, great time here. But one individual that they wanted me absolutely to mention and name was Mr. Andrew Gleason. Andrew, I don't know where you are, you're back there. Thank you so much, my friend. Merci beaucoup. You were fabulous in your leadership and your work. Thank you. On behalf of all your colleagues. And with that, je vous dis bonsoir. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next year in York Region. Au revoir.